Welcome. We start in India, where vote counting is underway as Narendra Modi seeks a third term in power. This election has been seen as a referendum on his past decade as India's Prime Minister, and although the count is ongoing, a picture is starting to emerge. So far, it is not the landslide Modi's BJP were hoping for. The BJP does appear to be heading for victory, but the opposition Congress party did better than expected, and thus Modi's majority could be smaller than initially forecast. Well, today, supporters of the Prime Minister are gathering outside the offices of the BJP in New Delhi. Here's a flavour of the mood there.
Ask any Indian standing here or elsewhere, they'll tell you Modi is coming back. So we want Modi to come back. Apart from Modi, there is no contender.
The kind of developments we've had in the past 10 years, I believe it's going to be just a level higher this time.
If you change the government by 5 years, they just dissolve previous regulating party. Many schemes they are running, they will stop.
Well, our correspondent Pavni Mittal is there at the headquarters of the BJP. She's with me live now. Pavni, great to talk to you at the top of this hour. First of all, crunch the numbers for us. How are things looking for the BJP at the moment as we talk?
Good to see you too. Like, as you can see, celebrations here are ongoing. You can probably hear the band that's playing, that's the drums. We've seen people dancing over here, chanting Modi's names. You can probably catch sight of some of the supporters. They're waving flags, wearing saffron scarves and saffron hats. So there's definitely celebration because as of now, BJP-led alliance has crossed the majority mark, the way the early trends are showing and the way people are expecting this to shape up. But as you mentioned, this is not the landslide victory. I mean, a lot of the people we just put on air right now talking about how Modi is the only candidate, that was the feeling with which the BJP and also many voters and all political parties entered this election. But as we have been saying on France 24, during the course of the election, our ground reporting has been informing us that the Congress party and the opposition could be throwing up some surprises. And that is what is happening, and that's also reflecting in the mood over here because, you know, even though there are celebrations, there is a bit of awkwardness over here. There isn't that chest thumping that we've normally associated with the BJP. As far as what it really means, you know, this right now seems to be a BJP plus government, BJP and its alliances, and that's going to be interesting because remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been in government, has been in electoral politics for more than 2 decades. He has never been in a position where he has needed an alliance partner. So at this point, you know, a big question is that if the BJP returns with alliance partners, will Prime Minister Modi be Prime Minister? So a lot of questions today, and we're hoping to get some answers in the next couple of hours. But this is turning out to be quite a competitive and surprising elections for many.
Huge questions indeed, and an exciting election. Pavni, you mentioned the Congress party. I know a bit earlier on today you were actually yourself at the headquarters of Congress. I want to ask you about that, but first let's hear from some supporters of the Congress party.
I wanted an opposition, a really great majority opposition this time because we couldn't see any, it could lead to a monarchian kind of dictatorship and one party comes on and like, is there not going to be any opposition in front of them if they're going to do that 400 kind of seats?
Richer are getting richer, poor are getting poor. We need poor people to elevate out of the poverty. So people are understanding their situation and they are not getting hypnotized in the name of religion this time. So that's all I can see.
And Pavni, just tell us a bit then about your experience there earlier on this afternoon. Did you have a sense there that people were surprised by the results as they're starting to come in? Are people there happy with the numbers so far?
You know, this is a very interesting election because over here there are 2 blocks, broadly speaking, and both are celebrating. One is clearly, has an edge, but the one that's actually trailing seems to feel like it has a moral victory. Right now, the 2 people who spoke to us on the channel spoke about democracy and the economy, and those are the 2 issues that the Congress party says it doubled down on, and that is what they believe has given them these results. results. I mean, a huge bump from last time. You know, I was there all day today, and for them, this is a moral victory. For them, this is about showing that the opposition can exist in the country. They're also telling us that, you know, they were not just against the BJP, they were fighting institutions of India like investigative agencies, like tax authorities, who they say have been weaponized by the governing BJP to go after them. I mean, the Congress says some of its bank accounts were frozen just before elections began. So just a few minutes ago, they wrapped up their press conference, and they too doubled down on these two themes of democracy and the economy. They say they will have conversations with their alliance partners, and they will come up with a plan whether they will stake claim on the government. Again, like I said, too many questions. This is an election like never before, and we just have to wait and watch and stay tuned to France 24 to know how things are going to shape up.
Absolutely. Pavni, thank you very much indeed. Pavni Mittal for us there. She's live at the headquarters of the BJP, and we'll be hearing much more from her throughout the course of this afternoon. In fact, we'll have a special programme dedicated to unpacking the results of this election in India at 4:30 p.m. Paris time. That's in about an hour and 20 minutes. Pavni will be with us, and we'll have other guests and correspondents as well.